Crypto.com, Crow coin holders, I got a video for you guys. Today I want to be talking about Crow and how there's some people that are upset, but I think that we could be getting ready to see somewhat of some bullish price action. So without further ado, welcome back to Crypto Report. I'm Black. Hit that like button, hit that bell, subscribe to the channel right now. Let's hop in this video. All right, guys. So starting over here on Crypto Twitter, you can follow me at 333BlackC. I just kind of made a post about my story with Crypto.com, and I'm going to read it to you guys really quick here. So I say, when I first heard about Crypto.com back in the MCO days, I knew they would become a titan in the crypto/financial industry. And fast forward to today, that's exactly what it has become. Crypto.com is absolutely massive. I wanted exposure, so I bought MCO, which later was converted into Crow. So back in, I believe it was 2018, maybe. I'm getting, as the years go by, it gets kind of tricky to remember what year it was exactly, but there was an MCO coin and a Crow coin, and you had to hold MCO to have access to their Visa cards. But eventually they converted all the MCO, got rid of it, and they converted to Crow coin. So I say, years have gone by, and I have sold millions of Crow coins as I take profit along the way. And that's what I do, guys. I'm a Bitcoin investor, and I am an altcoin trader. And Crow coin is a altcoin, guys. And so what I do is I buy when it's super low, and I sell on the way up. I sell on the way down, as long as it's above my initial cost basis. And that's how I am a profitable trader. Still have a few 100,000 Crow coins, though, just to be transparent with you guys. I say Crypto.com continued to distance themselves from Crow coin and renamed it from Crypto.com coin to Cronos. That was really like the beginning of when I was like, I don't really like to see that. Why is Crypto.com distancing themselves from Crow coin? Why is it Cronos now? Why is it not Crypto.com's coin? And it was quite vague. It was not a clear distinction of, okay, we're cutting our ties between Crypto.com and Cronos. It was just, no, we're just renaming it. But I didn't like the rename. I thought that was the first red flag, in my opinion. I say, I still believe in the success of Crypto.com, and I think Crow coin has a chance at being a successful coin/chain, although it will be an uphill battle. And I am honest about that, because especially after we saw this 70 billion mint of new coins add to the supply, it's quite bearish. It's quite bearish. It's diluting the supply, and the most bearish part about it all is there's no clarity. And I want to talk about Crypto West's post here. He's been asking the Emily Sit, she's in charge of Cronos. She's a player in Cronos, and he's been asking her for an AMA about what are they going to be spending these 70 billion coins on? What is going to be actually happening with this? Because we have no clarity. And he posts, Crow fam, not here to FUD Crow, but it's clear Cronos Chain had no actionable plan in place after announcing the 70 billion Crow mint. An event that had a massive impact on holders. Respectfully, such a major move should have been backed by strategy before going public. Disappointing to witness. AMA is overdue. And I do believe that. I believe that we needed to see way more clarity before the proposal even happened. And I kind of expected it to play out this way. I think that I didn't expect Crypto.com to be clear about it, because to be quite honest with you, I think they did have a plan all along, and it was to profit. And unfortunately, profit in the wrong kind of way, really on the backs of the initial investors. And that's just my opinion on it. So he posted a little screenshot of his conversation with Emily, and Emily says, in my opinion, it's better to work quietly in the background until you achieve results rather than being loud about what you're working on and risking criticism for any shortcomings. And he says, I understand, but it's been months without any updates on the 70 billion Crow allocation or the roadmap's quarterly burns. Yeah, guys, remember when the Crow fam all came together behind our posts about we did 129 days every day of asking Crypto.com and Cronos Labs to implement a quarterly burn based on profits, just like Binance Chain does with BNB coin. 129 days, guys. Then after that, well, Cronos came out with their 2025 roadmap and said, yes, we're implementing quarterly burns. Then you fast forward a couple months and they say, hey, guys, we're proposing a 70 billion mint of new coins. And so it feels pretty kind of like betrayal. Okay, given the prolonged silence and its impact, many have left Cronos, and AMA seems long overdue. Crofam has been beyond patient. I think it's time we hear something. And she says, at least have a solid plan before AMA. And then Crypto West kind of hits her with it and says, let me make sure you guys can see this. He says, shouldn't a clear plan have been established before announcing a 70 billion Crow mint? One of the most significant decisions in Crow's history. Months have passed with no update or AMA. The silence suggests there was never a plan at all. And you know, guys, Crow's price has been stagnant, if you will, from all-time highs. Like all-time highs was $1. We've been below $1 for, let's measure this, from all-time highs to where we're at now. How many years has this been? We're talking 1,257 days. That's what? How many years is that? At least 3 years, right? 3 years? It's a long time. And obviously the community that got so excited about the 70 billion mint because the quarterly burns after 129 days, we all came together. Everyone was so excited about it because it was something new. It was a way to create demand and a supply shock on the price. Bring speculation to the chain. Bring builders to the chain because, guys, guess what? When the price goes up in value, people come. Attention gets garnered, okay? Builders, you send the price to the moon, the builders will come, okay? It's as simple as that. And then when the builders come, what's that saying they say? If you build it, they will come. That's a thing. It would. Everyone got so excited about it because we all worked so hard to get the leadership at Crypto.com and Cronos Labs to listen to the community, and they did. But then they came out with the 70 billion mint, and that is, I think a lot of people felt defeated about that. And a lot of people did leave Cronos. A lot of people left Crypto.com. I think that there is a world where Crowcoin performs well, but it's not associated with Crypto.com. It's only associated when it helps Crypto.com. I'm being completely transparent when I'm talking about this, guys. I'm still a holder. I'm still bullish on Crow. I still have hundreds of thousands of Crow coins, okay? I still am bullish. I still believe in the $1 Crow coin dream. It will just be more difficult. It is a more uphill battle. Now, Crypto.com may come out and say, guys, we're spending this money on X, Y, and Z, and all of a sudden everything will be good. But guys, man, it has been a long journey with no transparency, no clarity. That's what we need. That's what the Crow fam is begging for. And we haven't got it. We haven't got any clarity. Really, all Chris did, the CEO of Crypto.com, really said, if you don't like it, sell. And that's just not, man, they need a new PR, head of PR. I always say that, but it's just the truth. And, and I don't hate on Chris at all. I don't. I mean, I know it's a very difficult job to be a CEO of a very large corporation. I know. I have some experience in it. But I still am criticizing the path that Cronos is going down. And if Crypto.com isn't in charge of what Cronos is doing, then that's a whole nother thing. Then we need to be looking at, well, who on Cronos is making these decisions? But at the same time, when it comes to the mint specifically, Crypto.com had the validators to push the vote to pass the 70 billion mint. Looking at price specifically here, guys, I know after that long-winded rant about my story with Crowcoin, I want to say that looking at price in a vacuum, it looks like we are due for a little bit of relief. Like I'm bullish. I think that we are due for a little bit of a test higher, especially where we're seeing Bitcoin trading. We'll take a look at that shortly. We're above 0.0830 cents. It's an important level to be up above. The trend is kind of moving up here. Really don't want to reject off 10 cents, but I think the next target is about 10 cents. So we're going to be paying very close attention to that. As long as Bitcoin plays nice, we're going to see Crowcoin rally here. If you guys do want to take advantage of the volatility, check out in the description box below or pinned comment down below. We have a $5,000 sign-up bonus to Blowfin. All you do is click that link, deposit, trade a little bit. You get a bunch of free money. And if you guys want to leverage trade, they do up to 100x leverage on that exchange. So feel free to take advantage of that if you want to have some fun. So Cronos is sitting at rank 44, down about 1.55% the past 7 days, getting a little bit of juice here, a 1.62% gain. It was a very bullish past couple days in the traditional market. So it's I think it will bring some excitement to the risk on assets, aka crypto. So pay attention for a little bit of that liquidity to flow over into Cronos and other altcoins. Right now we're trading at $2.42 billion market cap. And I do also want to remind you guys that every month now, it seems like we're going to be getting a 1.12 billion coins of Crocoin released from the 70 billion mint. So that will be officially in the circulating supply, if you will. I don't think this has changed since that, but we've seen that that's happened. So maybe CoinMarketCap has to update them this data right here. But so why am I bullish on Crocoin right now is because, guys, I think that Bitcoin is getting ready here to continue this rally. I do. The daily time frame on Market Cypher looks like it wants to cool off a little bit. We still are having green money flow on Market Cypher increasing, which is a very good sign. And really what I want to pay attention to is the weekly, because the weekly looks very nice. The weekly has a green dot here on the momentum wave, indicating that on a weekly time frame, we should be expecting further moves to the upside. And I do get behind that idea. I do think that we're probably going to see relief into May. We're in May right now. I think that at least into 2 weeks of May, we're going to have a clear idea of if we're going to see continuation of the upside. I would love to see the momentum wave get back above the 60 line. That would be insane. That would be I want to show you guys what that looks like back in 2021, back here. 2021, 2022. Look at this. Like we came above the 60 line in bull market territory and then smashed below, and it's like, oh, it's all over. But then you have a green down the momentum wave on the downside. We came back again, and we broke above the 60 line. I think that something like that is probably going to play out here, especially if this tariff talk gets digested and the Fed pivots. I think that you should expect this to curl up, and we should get ready for a test of $110,000 to $120,000. And I think like max is like $150,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2025. So I am bullish. I'm bullish for really the next couple weeks to see where we're headed here. It doesn't mean we can't cool off for a little bit, but I still believe in this 4-year cycle, and I still believe that we are going to put in somewhat of a double top and make a new all-time high, and it should bleed over into Crocoin, guys. Guys, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now, and I don't want to FUD Cronos. I don't. I like Cronos a lot. I like Crocoin. I like Crypto.com. I still have hundreds of thousands of Crocoin. I believe in Crypto.com, and I'm bullish on Crypto.com. I just really want to see Crypto.com bring Crocoin up with them. I want to see them bring their little brother up with them with their success and not just treat them as like an ATM. I don't want to see that. I want to see them come up together, if you will. That's all I got, guys. If you like this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me at 333 Black Sea on Twitter, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.